Okay, picking up where we left off. Now that we have everything set up, we want to start doing some unit testing, and that means building out a small app that we can start working with and playing with. In this case, again, I'm going to use a to-do list. Let's start the server. And over here, we're going to run unit tests. Still working fine. Okay, so let's make some changes to the app. First, I'm going to remove this header. Don't really need it. Rid of the footer too. Now that's gone. Go in here and get rid of the Jumbotron. Up here, we'll go and create an unordered list. And then within that, we'll have our list of to-do items. We'll have an input box where a person can add a new task. And finally, we'll have a button where they can add it. And then what we really need is a controller. Now I'm going to create that controller. But I'm not going to put anything in it, and here's why. So we're going to use test-driven development to build out this controller. And what test-driven development says is you don't write any code until you have a test to test whether that code would work. So we're going to start by building out a test that would expect these scope items at this point to be of length null. There's going to be an items array, and that's going to hold some items. It should be empty to start with. So let's go build out a test for this controller and then add in that test. I'm just going to copy and paste this. Change out main control to be to-do controller. And we're going to say should have no to-do. So we expect there to be a scope items, and it should be of length 0. We'll call this to-do.js. It's testing the to-do controller. Now, interesting to note, over here, we are running it, right? So we don't actually have to have two windows side by side. We're running the unit test every single time that we're building out the application. But it's nice to be able to see that we have this already. And we can go over here and do the same thing. And it's metric. The reason it's not finding to-do controller is that I didn't save this file. So let's save the file. Okay, so it's saying undefined is not an object. So scope.items.length. Why is that undefined? Because scope.items is undefined. So let's go and define. Head back over here. Looks like the test's all passed. Let's check it again manually. Great. Executed 3 of 3 now with success. So we have the 2 ones that came with Yeoman before, and now we have the third one, that our own test that we built out. Now, the next thing we want to do is just make sure that the task itself is blank. So let's write the test first. So we expect the task to be an empty string. Run that. And what do? We expect that to fail. So let's see it fail. It indeed did fail. So now let's write code to make it work. We drive the development using the test, TDD. Here. Great. Cool. Now we have 4 of 4 that are successful. Light is green, trap is green. Awesome. Okay, let's continue on a little bit. now we want to add the functionality that would add that task to the to-do list. So let's go and create this test for add, and then we'll go and create add. Let's see, it should add a task. We're going to start by saying this should be 0. Then we're going to set the task to foo. And we're going to add it. And now we expect the items to be 1. And we expect that the first item will be foo. Okay. Undefined is not a function. Scope.add. Let's go and add that. Is that enough, Mr. Test? No? Take a look. Well, it's a different error. Now it's 0 expected to be 1 and undefined expected to be foo. So let's fix that by going and doing what this should do. Semicolon, just make sure you have sync happy. And run the tests. Fantastic. Executed 5 of 5. Successful. So now we built the UI using test-driven development. Let's have a look and see if it actually works. Kind of an interesting side note. And indeed it does. Cool. Awesome. Okay, now I know this probably seems a little plodding and pedantic, and believe me, sometimes it's just that. But what test-driven development gives you is that you have the confidence that everything in the code is checked, and one minor change that alters the behavior will get picked up. Now, whether you want all that granularity or not is up to you. Believe me, when you have all those tests and that tests document the behavior of the system well, and changing code alters the behavior and creates unthought of side effects, you're going to thank your lucky stars that you spent all that time developing those tests. So the next video is going to cover end-to-end tests, which are really cool because you get to see the browser pop up with Karma results, and it gets automated, and you have a lot of fun with that. So let's dig in there.